take off.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back here to the NEXXTCAR iRacing League here on iRacing with the NEXXTCAR Truck Series here at Kansas Speedway. These drivers, you can see them, they're fighting these trucks of 17 with nowhere to go there in practice. It's a good thing this is just practice, ladies and gentlemen, because these drivers have got to get it out of their systems now. Last week at Phoenix, left a bunch of drivers upset with each other. But they are hoping to move on here to an all-new race here. Kansas Speedway, 120 laps here around this 1.5-mile track. This is going to be an interesting one tonight. These drivers are going to have their hands full. This track is hot. This track is slick. And these drivers looking to maybe get their first repeat or their first repeat winner of the season. These guys have gone 3 weeks. This is the 4th week of the season. And the first 3 weeks have all been won by a different driver here in the Truck Series. And coincidentally, that winner has won in his debut race down here in the Truck Series. And it has been an absolute incredible season so far. Like I said, this is the 4th race this season. So these drivers are starting to get everything figured out. They're starting to get their rivalry started. And things are just starting to heat up here at Kansas. One of the guys looking for that elusive first win, Robert Babcock at Auto Club, he started second, did not have the race that he wanted. But another guy still looking for that first win, Nicholas Donfrancesco. We saw him at Auto Club. Fantastic race. One of the top 3 drivers in that one, but unable to come away with that victory in the DVD show. But it was himself, Brandon Dunford, who just went to pit road there in the 19. And then the other guy who came away with the win, Andrew Bolander in that number 2 Chevy Camping World Silverado. But what a race those guys put on. And like we just said, these drivers have been 3 different winners so far this season. So these drivers have no advantage over each other so far in this one. As you can see, practice, just 2 more minutes these guys have until we move on to qualifying. But right now, Matthew Tucker, the guy who has 2 wins in the Cup Series, now trying to look for that first win down here in the Truck Series. Jeff Taylor, what a run he is having right here in practice. definitely looking like he may be a top guy to watch here tonight. That would be pretty cool. Let's get their lap times up here. 31.2. Sorry about that. Let's get their best time up here. 31.2 for Matthew Tucker. And Jeff Taylor, 31.2 as well. Tucker just changed it to 31.1. Kelsey, 31.2. Branson, 31.2. So all these guys, you can throw a blanket over the top. Look at that. 4 guys, the top 10 guys, all separated by 0.003 of a second. So this race, these drivers are going to be dealing with each other. They're going to be dealing with the hot track, and these drivers are going to have their hands full. And when they have their hands full and the track is hot, that makes for some entertaining racing for ourselves and for you guys at home watching the NEXXTCAR Truck Series go to battle here. Next week, we got ourselves a huge race next week, and these drivers go 200 laps around Bristol Motor Speedway. But tonight, 120 here around this 1.5 mile track at Kansas. These guys got 45 seconds left here in practice. You can see we have got a very full lobby here tonight. Hopefully these guys join the right lobby. We had a little mix-up when we started. It was under the open setups. Well, if you guys don't know NEXXTCAR, our entire 7 seasons spent over on NASCAR Heat, and now our first season over here on iRacing. We are a fixed setup league. Well, we had to reset everything, as you see. Bolander, get behind the one of David Chandler. Big save by the one. Big save by Bolander. You saw him get the air off the rear of the one truck, and he just about went around. Big save by both of those guys. David Chandler cooling it down, trying to get everything figured out here as they are getting ready to head to qualifying for tonight's race here at Kansas. It's going to be a good one. The last time we were at a big track, that was Auto Club, and they put on one heck of a show. The entire field did. So tonight, looking to do the same here in this one. As you see, everybody's getting ready to go ahead to qualifying. It's getting ready to switch. There you have it, qualifying up in the top of the leaderboard. But let's go ahead and check out your details for tonight. Race information. That is not correct. All right, that's beautiful when that pops up incorrectly. Let's go ahead and let's take care of that real quick. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight is all about the issues, apparently. Let's go ahead and change that here. This is going to be the HVAC Designs 180. HVAC Designs, the one and only Matthew Erickson, is the owner and creator of HVAC Designs. He has created many of the paint schemes you're going to see out there on the track tonight. So definitely, if you guys are interested in getting a really good looking truck or cup car, hit him up. I can send him your way here tonight. No doubt about it. But let's get all this information updated. Sorry about that. Definitely, I tried to jump in here a little earlier, but was unable to do so. But there you go. Week 4 here at Kansas Speedway. It's going to pop back up the HVAC Designs 180 presented by W Energy. 71 degrees here is your air temperature with the wind at 9 miles an hour, partly cloudy skies here. That track temp, though, 104 degrees. It's not the highest we've seen this season, but it is a very balmy 104 degrees. When that track temp is high, these drivers are going to be sliding all over the place because those tires are going to have very little grip. But here we are in Kansas City, Kansas for tonight's race. 120 laps. These drivers are going to have their hands full for every single one of them. You can see the casino in the background. These drivers have got to, it's going to be a gamble tonight. They got 4 sets of tires to play with here for 120 laps, so it's going to be interesting to see just who has what it takes. Last time it came down to pit strategy and saving tires at Auto Club. That was the last time we were at a bigger track. Last week at Phoenix, it was an interesting short track. Definitely going to have a lot of stuff to keep our eye on at Bristol next week, but it is what it is. That was last week. It's time to move on to this week. But Kansas Speedway, we are in for one heck of a race here tonight. But no doubt about it, these drivers still looking to try to get their first repeat winner of the season. We have got 3 different winners so far this season. Matt Erickson, Andrew Bolander, excuse me, and then Jonathan Wright getting it done at Phoenix last week. But let's go ahead and let's bring up your Truck Series standings. You see it up there on the screen right now. Matthew Erickson still holding on to that points lead. 1 point below 100 points there with 99. John Turner, what a quiet season he is having so far. Sitting second with 90 points. Nicholas DeFrancesco, you saw him at Auto Club, definitely had a truck that could definitely have won there. He's sitting third at 80. And then you got Christopher Thomas. He's going to round out your top 5 at 72. But I want to bring your attention to outside the top 10, down there in 13th. You've got 5 guys right there, all tied at 56 points apiece. You got Slonacker, Tucker, Branson, Menzies, and Stanley Thomas, all tied at 56 points. And then right behind them on the standings, it shows them 18th, but just a couple points behind them as well. Just 3 points separates 13th all the way back to 18th, and then just 1 more point back to 19th. So these standings are still very tight and very close. This is anyone's season still so far. Just 3 races in, completed. Tonight is your 4th race of the season here at Kansas. So these standings still anybody's season, and this is exactly what we were hoping for when it came to moving to iRacing. You know, when we went to iRacing, we were hoping for closer racing, tighter competition, and that is exactly what this field has given us here in these first 3 races, and looking to add to it here in the 4th. But unfortunately, last week in the Cup Series, we were unable to race. Not sure what happened. Our PC had an update and stuff, so it kicked us out of the race lobby and everything, but yeah, definitely, like I said, not the race that we were looking for by any means. But let's go ahead and let's bring up your tower right now. Toby Kelsey is going to be tied with Tucker and Trudeau. 31.30 is your pull lap right now, and it is a 3-way tie. Kelsey, Tucker, Trudeau. 3 veterans of NEXXTCAR coming out here beating and banging. These guys are going to know what it's going to take. Nick, a 2-time Truck Series champion over on Heat. Kelsey and Tucker, they're not, but they are previous race winners on Heat, looking to possibly get it started off on the right foot here at Kansas. 17 drivers have put down a lap time here in qualifying. Andrew Bolander going to wrap up your 17th place, but a bunch of these guys still looking to try and get their season headed the right way. Like we said, 3 races, 3 different winners. Is someone going to make it a 4th? Kelsey, Tucker, and Trudeau, they're starting it out strong here in qualifying. But without further ado, it is time to head to your drivers meeting here tonight. Let's get out there and let's get this one started here. All right, fellas, can you all hear me? Alright, just trying to get their audio and everything going. Let's get it all turned down here. Alright, let's get it here. Alright, fellas, welcome to the 4th race of the season here. Kansas Motor Speedway, 120 laps here tonight. Big news this week. If y'all have not checked out the new schedule, we went through and revamped all the laps because we couldn't stay racing until 11:30 at night. So 120 laps here tonight at Kansas. You guys have 4 sets of tires, 1 quick repair, and Camden is back in race control. So if you guys need anything, make sure you contact him and he will get you situated. Here at Kansas, they have the Geico Restart Zone implemented. Last week they did not, but it is back in function here tonight. So as always, the start of the race is on the flagman. When he drops the green flag, that's when you can book it out of there. And then all restarts after that is on the leader. Inside the Geico Restart Zone, leader can go at any point. If you're in second, do not pass the leader because iRacing will give you a black flag if you try to pass him before the start-finish line. I think I mentioned you got 4 sets of tires here, 1 quick repair. Anybody got anything tonight?
Take it easy.
Absolutely. This track is slick tonight. You're looking at 107 degrees, so these 4 fresh tires are going to be slick. Take it easy. Don't bottle everybody up there in turn number 1.
Ronnie, we go big for your stream, so
Sorry about that. What'd you say, Chris?
I said we only go big for your streaming.
Well, go big or go home, baby. Tonight's the night to do it. Anyone got anything else?
Make sure that we're racing respectfully again, guys. Like, it's cool
Absolutely.
to race starting up, but don't expect everyone to race with respect and show it as well to your fellow competitors.
Absolutely. Anyone else? No racing night, Tut?
Yeah, I'd like to shout out Bud Light Platinum, Track Designs, Goodyear, the great state of Kansas for having this racetrack.
Absolutely. If y'all are not watching the broadcast, this is the HVAC Designs 180. So shout out to you, Matt, and keep doing the great work on these paint schemes, buddy. We all appreciate it, no doubt about it.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Let's go racing, boys. Let's go racing, boys. Yes, sir.
All right, y'all.
Everyone. Let's just have some fun here for the first few bit, and let's see where everyone stacks up at the end.
Absolutely. 30 seconds left, and then y'all can grid. Have a good one. I'll be down here for a pre-race interview here in a second.
You too, buddy. Have a good night.
All right, there you have it. Your drivers' meeting has been conducted here for Kansas Speedway. 120 laps here around this 1.5 mile track for 180 miles. It's going to be a good one tonight. Like we've said several times, these drivers are going to have their hands full. It is going to be a fun race to witness. I cannot wait for it to happen. But you can see these guys getting ready to head to the grid. Let's get it going here. I cannot wait. Starting on pit road here, let's check out your grid here tonight. Toby Kelsey with the 31.3 is going to grab his first pole of the season. Matt Tucker in second. Nick Trudeau in third. David Chandler fourth. Brandon Dunford fifth. Robert Babcock sixth. Nicholas Donfrancesco seventh. Jonathan Wright eighth. Robert Hissong ninth. Jeff Taylor wrapping out your top 10 in that number 11 truck. Stanley Thomas 11th. Christopher Thomas 12th. The Thomas guys sitting side by side here to start it out here at Kansas. Then next up, you got Matthew Erickson 13th, J.D. Larson 14th, Steve Bocock 15th, Zachary Brooks 16th, Andrew Bolander 17th, Mitch Diamond 18th, who did not put down a time, Peyton Tulik 19th, Trenton Branson 20th, John Turner is going to wrap up your field in 21st with Camden Jester being your race control. But these drivers, it is going to be a good one here tonight. It's going to be fast. It's going to be slick. These drivers are going to have their hands full. And it is going to be a good one for us to bring to you guys up here in the booth. All 157 of you guys tuned in on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook Gaming. You guys are absolutely amazing. Welcoming us into your living rooms here Sunday night after Sunday night, and it is truly appreciated. Make sure y'all are hitting that subscribe button on YouTube, on Twitch, and Facebook. Make sure y'all are hitting that follow button, as we're still waiting on someone to grid here. Not exactly sure who it is. It's looking like it might be Marshall Harris that we are still waiting on. Steve Henning and Jimmy Emos making the race. They did not put down a qualifying lap, so that is why you're not going to see them in that grid. But it's looking like these drivers are all gridded up. The lights are going to be on that pace car, and they might be pulling off a pit road. There they go, pulling off a pit road for the start of tonight's race. Nick Trudeau kicking it sideways. But let's jump down there and see if we can't get a hold of that number 51 truck of Toby Kelsey. Let's see if we can't get a hold of that bad boy today in that Mobile One Rowdy Energy Toyota Tundra.
Oh, is it not karaoke night?
Toby Kelsey, it's Ronnie. You got me, buddy.
To listen to it.
Toby, you there, buddy?
Go ahead, guys. Let's have fun. Don't have to win the race in lap 1, though.
Toby, turn your all teams on. He's trying to talk to you.
Toby.
I have it on and I don't hear him. I turned it on before the practice.
Well, just to let him know, we will try to get in contact with him during the caution. All right, well, little technical difficulties there on that number 51, but he is going to lead the field. The pace car on pit road, coming to the Geico restart zone. Green flag is going to be in the air here at Kansas Speedway here for 120 laps around this 1.5-mile track of Kansas. Green flag in the air for the first time tonight, and a great start for that 51 Rowdy Energy Toyota Tundra. Nick Trudeau trying to use that draft coming out of turn number 2. He's going to slide up in front of Matthew Tucker into 25. He's going to get clear. But here comes the 19 of Brandon Dunford on the inside, trying to get on the inside of Tucker. He's not going to get there. He's going to get that door shut. But here comes David Chandler on the high line. Oh, contact made between Matthew and David. They're going to keep it going straight, but ladies and gentlemen, we were talking in the pre-race. These guys were going to have to take it careful and easy, but they are doing everything but that here on the opening lap here tonight at Kansas. But out front, it is going to be Nick Trudeau taking the lead. Toby Kelsey, something happened to him, a miss on the 51 truck. He's going to fall all the way back to third as they are looking to come around to complete lap number 2. Nick Trudeau is going to lead his first laps of his iRacing career here. Matthew Tucker in second. Here comes Brandon Dunford in third. He definitely had another one of those trucks that was capable of winning it at Auto Club last 2 weeks ago. But, oh, contact! Nicholas DeFrancisco. Toby, major contact and damage on the left side of that number 51 Toyota. 3 wide heading into turn number 3. Toby trying to hold it on that eye line. You see the damage. You see it all around the front of that truck. He is going to have his hands full till they get a caution and he can come to pit road to get that fixed. Major issues right now for that 51. You can see the hood all rumbled up. That left front fender all sorts of messed up in that wheel well. But he's going to try and keep it going straight. The 48 maybe have a little damage on that right side as he's falling back now in that Lear Chevy. But these drivers, they have a bunch of them said it in the drivers meeting. Let's take it easy. Well, they are doing everything but that. Let's get the gap up there. Tucker, 0.3 seconds behind Nick. Dunford, 0.6. But right now, David Chandler, they are single file in the top 4. All the way back here to his song in the outside in that 3. But here comes Toby. He's trying to put that damage behind him. He's trying to work his way back up inside the top 5. He's going to be single file behind the 3. Now they're side by side behind him. Robert Babcock in the 99 trying to make up for 2 horrible races that he did not want to happen. He's trying to make up for him. Auto Club, he started second. He did not get the finish he wanted out of that. He finished 69 laps down, but trying to rebound here tonight. And then at Phoenix, another not so good finish for him in that number 99 Toyota. So looking to rebound here so far. 5 laps completed here at Kansas. Coming to complete lap number 6. And he is on his way up to the front here as he is up to 7th. But you see Toby going to that high line in that 51 truck. Here comes Robert underneath them. And here comes Jonathan Wright, your last week's winner in that 04 Tide. He won it last week, looking to try to go back-to-back from Carrollton, Georgia. Jonathan Wright in that Ford F-150. Can he be your first repeat winner of the season? Who knows? These drivers still got a long way to go. You can see it, just 7 out of 120 laps completed as they continue to run side by side with Toby Kelsey now -7 all the way back there in the 8th position. Definitely not the start he wanted to this race after grabbing the pole. But the man who is on a mission right now is that number 89 Chevy Silverado of Nicholas Trudeau. What a start Nick is having in this one. He is up to a 1.8 second lead here on the field. He left everybody behind him as they were battling side by side. As you see Dunford now up to second. Now just leading Hassan and Chandler for second. But Robert Babcock up here in the top 5. You see Toby Kelsey falling way down the field. He's going to be all the way back here. He's really struggling in that 51 truck with this damage. He got that early damage in the opening laps of this one. Well, it is showing that that damage is going to catch up to him. Is now minus 20 positions all the way back here in 21st. He looked like this might have been his race, but after a little bit of contact, it's looking like it might not be. But hey, these guys have one fast repair that they can use. And Matthew Tucker back here as well with damage on that 25. Major implications for two of the guys starting out front. First and second, they have fallen now all the way back to 20th and 22nd. Neither one of those guys having to start to this race that it looked like they might. Now, if you're Nicholas Trudeau, are you worried as the guys who started around you are out here not having the greatest races? 10 laps down, 110 to go here. A lot of action right now around this 04 of Jonathan Wright. You can see he's got a bunch of guys in front of him and he's got a bunch of guys behind him. Let's jump inside the cockpit of that 04 and see what he is seeing heading into turn number 1. You can see him 170 miles an hour in 4th gear coming out of turn number 2, all the way up to 180 heading into 3. He's going to get a big draft. You see David Chandler sliding way up the track, almost getting into the wall, but he's going to keep that Bud Platinum number 1 Toyota underneath him heading straight. But Jonathan Wright, a lot of action going on behind him and around him as we're going to now jump to Christopher Thomas, who's trying that bottom inside line on the inside of that 04 truck, trying to carry some momentum through 1 and 2. He's going to try and get around there. He's going to be on the inside of that Ford F-150 heading down the backstretch. Little bit of side draft there heading down there into turn number 3. Slide job by the 5. He's going to clear the 04. He's going to slide up in front of him. But right now, Nick Trudeau is pulling away, and he is not leaving anything behind. 1.6 seconds now separates first and second. Hassan slowly but surely catching up to him, but it's a little bit at a time here. Right now, your fastest lap of the day so far is the number 1 of David Chandler. A 31.39 so far is the fastest lap of the race. But he has lost 1 spot since the drop of the green flag. He started in 4th. He's down to 5th. Looking on the inside of that number 19 Magellan, that's one of those HVAC design trucks that we were talking about. Brandon Dunford. Matthew Erickson is the creator and founder of HVAC Designs. He is also the sponsor of tonight's race. Great to have you aboard. And that is another one of his beautiful looking trucks out here tonight. He also did that number 1 Bud Platinum Toyota. So Matthew Erickson definitely knows what it takes to make some great paint schemes. And right now, he's showing he knows what it takes to go out here and race too, as he is plus 3 positions right now, as he's got an absolute driver's side full of paint and tool luck in the 17 on his inside. But these guys starting to lose the draft of the front pack. Now, 2.1 seconds behind the rest of the field. Hassan really cutting into the lead of Trudeau. You can see it, just 1.4 seconds now the gap. Hassan really running him down there in the number 3 Chevy Silverado there by Gear Wrench. But he has got an absolute mirrorful of that number 99, Robert Babcock. Like we've said, looking to try and rebound after 2 races that did not seem to go his way. Well, can he rebound tonight? So far, it's looking good for that number 99, but hey, still a lot of racing left as we're closing in on 100 laps to go here. 2 more to go, and we will have 100 laps to go here in these revamped races here tonight. But Nicholas Trudeau in that number 89 Black Rifle Coffee Company Chevy Silverado running the purple Halloween scheme tonight, showing these guys around Kansas here. Hey, this might only be my 2nd race of the season, but I am ready to go out here and try and get my first win. We've had 3 different winners so far in this one. Nick looking to try to make it 4. But 20 laps complete, coming to complete 20 laps this time. 1.4 seconds separates the leader. You see Trudeau running that bottom line. Hassan running the bottom line. Babcock on the bottom line. So if Babcock really wants to try and get past Hassan, he is going to have to try to go to a different line. You cannot continue to run the line that the guy in front of you is, because that is only going to slow you down a lot. Oh, alright. Not sure what's going on with the ticker there, but it's all sorts of messed up. Let's go ahead and take that on back to the regular throwback scrolling there. But now 1.9 seconds separates his song from Trudeau. As you see those two battling side by side, Hassan and Babcock. And here comes Dunford out back. Let's jump into cockpit of Dunford here. Let's see what all he's seeing out front. 160 miles an hour through turns 1 and 2. The guys in front of him side by side. Target on the inside. Gear wrench on the outside. The 3 carrying the momentum through turns 3 and 4. The 99 gonna try a slide job. Can't complete it as the 3 gets a big run off the high line. Nick Trudeau's gonna have some lap traffic ahead of him to deal with. It's looking like that might be Toby Kelsey in the 51 that's up ahead of him. Right now, Nick Trudeau trying to work his way past lap traffic. It is the 25 of Matthew Tucker. A little bit of a slide job there on the leader, but Nick Trudeau's going to put it behind him, and he is going to clear the 25, who is struggling with that damage so far here at Kansas. You know, Matthew Tucker, this is definitely not the race that he has wanted. There is no doubt about it. After starting in second, it looked like Matt may have had a truck to compete for the victory, but here, come to complete lap 24, it's looking like that 25 truck is going to need a lot of work here when that caution, if we get a caution, comes out under that caution. He's going to have to come down and get that truck all fixed up. We saw at Auto Club, we went 97 laps without a caution in the Cup Series. So you cannot rely on cautions here, because the minute you do, you are going to be in trouble. As you see Babcock trying to work his way past him. Dunford trying to work his way past him. Big run into turn 3. Matthew Tucker's going to fall back here still. 1 lap down, but trying to hang on. He is the only guy a lap down. So that is good for him, because if that caution does come out, he will get the lucky dog. So he has got to try and do everything he can here to stay on that lead lap. Let's jump on Toby Kelsey. Halfway down the backstretch. He's heading into turn number 3 right now. Nick Trudeau halfway down the backstretch. So about half a backstretch between Nick and Kelsey. So if Matthew Tucker's going to try to get that lucky dog, he has got to stay up here with the leaders. And that way when Toby Kelsey goes a lap down, he's able to pass him as well. But right now, Matthew Tucker continuing to struggle and fall back big time with that heavy damage on that W number 25 Chevy Silverado. One of those other drivers getting picked up by W, one of our premier sponsors of the NEXXTCAR Racing League, jumping in here and sponsoring Matthew. That's awesome. As you see, who is that in front of him? Is that Peyton Tulik? No, that's the 17. I was wondering who's driving that that other Tennessee Titan truck. The 09. Okay, that is Peyton then. No, it's Thomas. I didn't know we had an 09, but apparently we do. Yeah, that's Stanley Thomas. He's normally in the number 92. Sorry about that. I was extremely confused there for a second. I was like, I didn't think we had an 09 truck, but apparently this week we do. But that is the number 92 of Stanley Thomas there in that Tennessee Titan Chevy. But these drivers looking to complete lap 29 here tonight. Nick Trudeau continuing to show the way here around Kansas. Just over a 2-second lead on the field. We've had 3 different winners in the first 3 races this season. Can Nick make it 4 in a row with 4 different winners? But we are going to step away here for a quick intermission. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen, because we will be right back.
Yeah, ready to go, man, lock and load. That's right, I swear to God that I could drop you, bro. Yeah, I got a shot and I ain't stopping, no. That's how I know that I'm unstoppable. That's how I know that I'm unstoppable. Yeah, let's go. I don't care what they all say. That's right, I'ma do this thing my way. Let's go. Been grinding hard on it all day. Okay, we work hard, then we all play. Yeah, I'm addicted to the grind, man. That's right, so I refuse to waste time, man. Yeah, one day it all will be fine, man. Let's go. Gotta commit to the climb, you know, man. We're back with the Guinness, setting records every minute, every track. In addiction to the fact that we're winning, still we lack something's missing. Need a track that is hitting, making racks, making millions. Oh, yeah. Rap, that's the mission. I don't waste time, no, I make time. All these people wanna hate, fine, I'ma make mine. While you sitting there complaining, I'll be training. While you sitting there just...
Alright, welcome back to the NEXXTCAR Racing League as the one's into the wall. Big implications for that Bud Light Platinum number 1 just as we get back to the action here in this one. We were going to come back and talk about all the action back here around the 5, the 1, and everyone else back here. Well, the 1 up into the wall. These guys have been just absolutely cruising lately. But right there, the 6th, 7th, 8th, and 9th position were all bumper to bumper, but the 1 just pushed it a little too hard coming out of turn number 4 and put the right side up into the wall as he's going to get ran over from behind by the 92. But big heads up move by everybody in this pack to not bring out your first caution of the night. But you saw Toby Kelsey. He is now 1 lap down as well with Matthew Tucker. So those 2 drivers are going to be battling for the lucky dog position if we do get our caution. You see the 1 really struggling big time now with that damage. You saw just what it did to Matthew Tucker and Toby Kelsey after their big damage. Well, now the 1, you saw him slipping and sliding. A lot of damage on that right side of that 1. As you see Matthew Tucker in 21st getting past Toby Kelsey. So Tucker, now your lucky dog candidate if that caution does come out. You can see him now leading Nicholas Don Francisco, Toby Kelsey all the way back here behind these guys. So a lot of A lot of racing left to go in this one, but these drivers still have a lot hanging on the line right now. But Nicholas Trudeau still holding on to just over a 2-second lead over the field. His song in second. Jonathan Wright looking to try to go back-to-back victories here. Robert Babcock in fourth. And Brandon Dunford wrapping out your top 5 in at number 19. Thomas 6th. Jeff Taylor 7th. The other Thomas in 8th. Peyton in 9th. And Andrew Bolander started all the way back in the 17th position. Is going to work his way up to 10th. Right now, your biggest mover of the race is Stephen Henning in that number red 64 Chevy Silverado, sponsored by Canadian Tire. Plus 12. He's up here in the 12th position. He started the race back there in the 24th position. And we have one guy out, and that is Harris down there in the number 27. But every single one of these guys still leaving it all on the line. And what a battle we got brewing here for second. Wright, Babcock, Hissong, and Dunford. You could throw a blanket over these guys. Second, third, fourth, and fifth. Racing right now, side by side, bumper to bumper. Brandon Dunford trying to hold that inside line on the inside of Hissong. Can't quite make the slide job happen as he was not clear to 3. But he's going to give it another whirl heading down here into turn number 3. Oh, the 3's going to get clear of the 19. He wastes no time jumping down there in front of or behind Robert Babcock to try to get his draft to pull him. He's going to go to the high side. So does Dunford. They're both going to go well. Dunford's running that more middle line. See how it works. But right now, all this battling is allowing Nick Trudeau to pull away out front. You can see him 2.9 seconds now, the gap between first and second. With these guys all battling side by side and burning up their tires, that's going to just do nothing but allow Nick to pull away out front. But speaking of tires, these guys are looking to complete lap 40. 40 laps on this set of tires. These guys are going to be using every single thread they have on those tires. It's probably, I'm looking probably the next, I don't know, 3 to 5 laps. These drivers are going to have to come down pit road. As you see Nick now running that low line. He's coming to pit road. Just as we were talking about it. Get down there, buddy. Don't spin it. Don't speed. Nick's going to get it slowed down. Our green flag pit stops have commenced. Now, what does this do for everybody else? If you're right, Babcock, Hissong, Dunford, you were just over 2 seconds behind them. Well, now, what does this do to your strategy? Do you have to match Nick? If I'm some of these guys, I'm thinking you have got to come here very soon. You got John Turner on pit road as well. Matt Tucker on pit road. So the caution does not come out for Toby and Matt. So they are going to have to come down and make some green flag pit stops here. Nick, he's going to be leaving pit road. He's got to be careful. This is a very tricky apron. If you carry too much speed, you're going to push right up into the traffic going by you. So you have got to be careful. His pit stop, a 15.03. Nick coming back down pit road. Did the 89 speed. Major implications for that number 89 as he is coming back onto pit road. This is a huge turnaround for that number 89 Chevy Silverado. He's coming back into his pit box though. I'm wondering if he did not overshoot his pit box. There you see it, the right side going up. He missed his pit box on the first time around. This is not good if you are a fan of Nick Trudeau in that number 89 Chevy Silverado running the Black Rifle Coffee Company tonight. Really slow stop on that left side. Not sure what is going on with that 89 truck, but he had himself a huge lead. He must have sped because now they are holding him. Unbelievable. It was looking like this race may have went the way of the number 89, Nick Trudeau, who's still sitting on pit road. I wonder if he's not serving a penalty. There he goes. He had a 40-second black flag, 55-second penalty that time, folks. That is about the last thing you want to see. Nick Trudeau was your leader coming to pit lane, sped it, and got held for 40 seconds. Not what you want to see, but out front, Jonathan Wright leading the way here. Robert Babcock in second, Brandon Dunford third, Jeff Taylor fourth, and it is Stanley Thomas in fifth. Not what you want to see if you are a fan of that number 89. And now, if you're right, you've got to be careful. He's going to lock him up coming to pit road. Man, both leaders, major implications coming to pit road. We're going to have to wait and see if that 04 got a penalty. But that's going to hand the lead over to Robert Babcock and that number 99 Target Toyota Tundra. Not sure why his number ain't popping up there, but ain't that big of a deal. We'll continue on. Robert trying to get it slowed down. You got to be careful, buddy. Pit lane has been an issue. Major smoke coming out of that number 99. He's going to get it slowed down. Jonathan Wright, he's done with his pit stop. The 19 at Dunford's leaving. But right now, Nick Trudeau 3 laps down here at Kansas. Unbelievable. Not the way you want your race to go if you are Nick Trudeau. Feel bad for the guy. Not sure exactly what happened. I'm assuming he got nabbed speeding on pit road. But man. Not what you want to see. As you see now, the battle for the lead. They are running 9th on the track. But you can see them running back up the lineup as everyone else is completing their pit stops. Side-by-side battle for the potential lead as the 3 truck got loose through turn 1. Slide job by the 04. He's barely going to clear the 3 heading down the backstretch. Big slide job. Robert Hissong. He just got that slide job put on him. It's going to be interesting to see how does he come back at him. Big run through 1 and 2. He's going to get to the back bumper right. We saw in practice that was getting several guys loose. Well, he is right on that back bumper. Big dive to the inside here through 3 and 4. He's going to hit the apron. They're going to be side by side coming out of turn number 4. Battle for the lead here in this one. Side by side coming to the line to complete lap 50 of this one. Jonathan Wright gonna hold on to the lead. Right now, David Chandler being scored your leader in the 1, but he has yet to make a pit stop. Wait a minute. I take that back. He did make a pit stop. The reason he's out there, the pit stop, 15.03 seconds for David Chandler. Jonathan Wright, a 15.70, and Robert Hissong, a 15.80 pit stop. So that is why David Chandler now has a 3-second lead over the field. David Chandler, I did not think he made his pit stop, but looking at the scoring sheet, that number 1 truck has indeed made his pit stop. So this is incredible. David Chandler, when Nick Trudeau made a mistake and he is no longer your leader, he is stepping up big time right now. We saw David. He's been in the top 5 for a lot of the opening laps of this race, but he definitely was not one of the top trucks in this one, but maybe he made a little brake bias adjustment. He's into the wall heading into 3. David Chandler, your leader, into the wall. You see the time gap really lowering. Down to just over a second between Chandler and Wright. Here comes Jonathan in the 04. Bringing his song with him. Right now, the lead is not the place to be. We saw Nick. Major implications coming to pit road from the lead. David Chandler just got into the wall in the lead. Toby Kelsey. Major implications in the first 2 laps of this one from the lead. So right now, that lead has not been kind to these guys tonight. But he's going to get it gathered up. But right now, Jonathan Wright's going to get the big draft down the front stretch through the tri-oval. Heading in this one, he's going to go to the outside. David Chandler running the middle line. No factor here. The 04 is going to get the big momentum run. He's going to bring the 3. David's going to have to jump up in front of the 19. He's not going to. He's going to stay on the inside. He's going to try and force his way through the bottom lane. But here comes Brandon Dunford trying to get that big momentum run on the high line. We are seeing where some of these guys get the damage to their trucks. And I'm wondering if that is not what happened to David. We've seen where they get a little bit of damage to the right side of their truck. And then these trucks just are not driving the same after that. And I'm wondering if that is not the case for that number 1 Toyota Tundra. Now, 1.2 seconds behind the leader. But back up front, Jonathan Wright looking to pick up where he left off last week at Phoenix. Getting it done, working his way to victory lane. He got taken out twice in that one, but he did not let that slow him down one bit. And he battled back at Phoenix, and he got the win. Looking to make it 2 in a row here and become the first repeat winner of the season. We're going to get our first caution of the night, and it is going to come out for the guy who led the most laps tonight, Nick Trudeau. No, Mitch Diamond's going to come out. Nick Trudeau went off the track to avoid him. Mitch Diamond in the 65 is going to bring out your first caution of the night. Let's rewind it and let's see what happened to this number 65. Major issues, battling with the 11, coming out of turn 4. The 5 gets into the wall, the 11, I'm not sure what happened there, but takes them all out. But your first caution of the night. Wow. That's an interesting one right there. Major damage to that number 65. But right now, Nick Trudeau, maybe the heartbreak of the night in that number 89 Chevy Silverado. Led most of the opening laps, had a 2-second lead. Well, he saw that go away here in this one. Speeding onto pit road, now 2 laps down. Let's see if we can't possibly dial up Nick in that number 89. Let's see if he'll even talk to us here.
Bye.
Nick, it's Ronnie in the booth. You got me, buddy?
Go ahead.
All right, man. Well, you led the most of the opening laps here in this one. What happened on that pit stop?
Yeah, I just sped. Didn't got on a pit road good, but sped coming off, so I had to go back down, and then I hold you for 40 seconds. So got behind the 8 ball early, so hopefully we can make it back up.
Absolutely. This was a much-needed caution, and it definitely came out at a good time for everybody. So good luck. 2 laps down. You ain't out of this one yet, buddy. Keep your head up.
Thanks, bud.
Man, not the race that Nick Trudeau wanted in this one. But Jonathan Wright, he's going to be picking up as they're going to be coming to pit road here in this one. Not sure how Jonathan Wright ended up being scored back in 7th, but now he's back there up in the lead. But not sure what happened there, but you see everybody making their pit stops, coming couple different strategies here coming to the halfway point in this one. But while these guys are pacing, we're going to step away here for a quick break. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to be right back to bring you more action here at Kansas Speedway for the NEXXTCAR Racing League.
Till my shadow turns to sun rays, and on we'll go through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And we'll grow in number, fueled by them to see the horizon, turn us to thousands. And on we'll go through the wastelands, through the highways, till my shadow turns to sun rays, and on we'll go through the wastelands, through the highways, and on we'll go.
All right, welcome back here to the NEXXTCAR Racing League here on iRacing. Getting ready to go green here on the opening part of the second half of this race. When the green flag drops, it is going to be to open up the second half of this race. The 04 of Jonathan Wright looking to pick up where he left off last week at Phoenix, coming to complete lap 60 here with the first caution of the night. I told you guys at Auto Club last 2 weeks ago, we went 97 laps without a caution. These guys are going to do it once again here, but here they come. Back to the Geico restart zone on the 04. Green flag's going to be back in the air here at Kansas Speedway as you see the ticker switch to lap 61. So, hey, this race just got split into two exactly equal halves. Lap 60, we saw a lot of interesting stuff happen there, a lot of implications for a lot of good trucks, and now it's time to put that behind everybody and go out here racing. How about this? Nick Trudeau, back to just one lap down. You got Emos and Taylor one lap down, but Don Francisco, Thomas, both Thomases, Brooks and Diamond, all one lap down. Matthew Tucker and Toby Kelsey back on the lead lap. So unbelievable turn of events here at Kansas for a bunch of these guys that needed to turn it around. That caution came out at a perfect time for a bunch of these guys. But right now, Brandon Dunford, he found himself a part of the DVD show at Auto Club between himself, Bolander, and Don Francisco. He came up just a little short, finishing second to Bolander, but Dunford looking to try to make it a fourth race here in NEXXTCAR on iRacing with a fourth different winner. But here comes the 17 of Peyton. He's making a charge on that inside line in that number 17 breast cancer awareness Chevy Silverado here at Kansas. Big run for the 17 through 1 and 2. What can he do? Is he going to get to the back bumper at Dunford? Peyton, a two-time Truck Series champion in NEXXTCAR over on Heat. Well, now he's trying to pick up here in iRacing. As you see several guys side by side back here. 3 wide through the trial. We're heading into turn number 1. Big almost contact. The 3, the 29, and the 04. 3 wide. Here comes the 24 of Trenton on the inside. Peyton Tulik. I'm sorry, buddy. We missed you taking the lead, but they were 3 wide through the trial for the last time. Peyton Tulik is going to lead his first laps here at iRacing in that number 17 truck. He is going to pass Dunford, but here comes the rest of the field. And how about that 29 truck? John Turner in the number 29. He has quietly but surely been working his way up there tonight. And here he is in that number 29, heading through the tri-oval, making the pass for second. He's got a clear Dunford heading into one. Now setting his sights on that number 17 of Peyton. Big run so far tonight by that 29 truck. He needs it. He finds himself sitting second, well, in the points. So he definitely needs to figure it out here and get a good run tonight. Big save by the 3. Robert Hissong, big save coming out of 4. We're going to back it up. We try not to do this during live action, but that 3 truck was sideways coming through 3 and 4. Look at him in the high line. Big save. Keeps it out of the wall. Keeps it out of the side of the 24. Let's get back to the live action. Now trying to get the big run on Branson down the backstretch heading into 3. I don't even know where to look right now because there is action all through this field. With we have just lost iRacing. Hold on. My TV just shut off. Alright, it's back on. I don't know what is happening right now, but we are back in action, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know what is happening. But we're back up. We are good. That got scary. That has happened too many times here lately. Not sure what is happening, but we are back up. We are running. Come to complete lap 68 of 120 tonight. The 3 is going to slide up right in front of David Chandler, who's going to get the right side of that number 1 Toyota Tundra fixed. Now he's setting his sights back on that top 5. Running side by side with the 3, trying to get the big draft off of Dunford. He's going to make a run through the middle line. Getting a big run off of the 17. And how about John Turner? We were just talking about it. He needs a big race tonight. He's going to put himself up there in the lead. But right now, the lead is not the place to be tonight. We have seen major implications for leaders all the way around this racetrack tonight. Whether it's coming to pit road, coming out of turn 2, coming out of turn 4. They've hit the wall. They've sped onto pit road. These guys have not been safe anywhere on this track, especially if you're the leader. But right now, Turner trying to break that momentum and trying to get himself back up there to lead. But how about Jonathan right now finding himself back here in the thick of it all? Right behind him, Robert Babcock, a good friend of his, going to dive to the inside. Or Andrew Bolander, rather, not Babcock. Andrew Bolander in that number 2 Camping World Chevy Silverado trying to work his way up. He got the win at Auto Club, so he knows how to get it done here in these bigger tracks. This is a 1.5 mile. Auto Club's a 2-mile track. But right now, they kind of race the same. A lot of drafting going on right now as you see Robert Babcock trying to draft all over the back of that number 2, trying to pull himself around this 1.5 mile track. 70 laps completed, coming to complete 71 this time here at Kansas. There has been action all the way non-stop from the drop of the green flag to now. As you see several guys 1 lap down. The top 15 all still on the lead lap. But let's jump back there. Let's talk about these 2 guys right now in the same frame. As the 51 gets up into the wall, Toby Kelsey. We were just going to talk about Toby and we were going to talk about Matt, who what a rebound these 2 have had. They were a lap down after major issues earlier on in the race, and now Matt's up into the wall. But these guys, big rebounding race so far. Now, both of them getting up into the wall after working their way back up to the lead lap. Nicholas Trudeau, he's 1 lap down now as well. After leading so many laps until the first round of pit stops. Now, just 1 lap down, but he has got a lot of work to do if he is going to try and get back up there on the lead lap. But these guys are racing like they're looking to bring out a caution, as these guys are still side by side, bumper to bumper, all the way from 2nd back to 11th. How about Steve Bocock running side by side with Matthew Erickson in that number 28 Ford F-150. Steve Bocock, normally in that number 12 Chevy Silverado, but right now he is having to run the 14 as Jimmy Emos is not in the right number. Jimmy Emos, he's normally, I'm not sure what his number is, but Steve is normally in the 12, but tonight he got pointed to 14 because Jimmy's not in the right number. But hey, caution is out for the second time tonight as Jimmy Emos, just as we were talking about him, is going to bring out the second caution. Who's with him? Matthew Tucker in the 25 involved as well. We were just talking about Matthew Tucker as well, and he is going to find himself involved in the second caution of the night. Jimmy Emos looked like he just got up into the wall. He's really loose. Matthew Tucker just plows into the back of him. No explanation there on that one. And Toby, nowhere to go either. Where's the 12 coming from? Oh, this starts all the way back here. Coming out of turn number 2, he's going to get sideways and then pounds the wall halfway down the backstretch, goes down on the apron to save it. Comes up in front of Matt, who just has nowhere to go. All right, we're going to jump on the inside Matthew Tucker here, and we're going to see what exactly just went down via his POV. I don't know. You can see him way down low is Emos. Matt just got loose. You saw him fighting that steering wheel. Watch the steering wheel coming as he's coming through 3 and 4. He's got to turn left, and then it starts to go right. Trying to save it, and just right around he goes. Wow. Not what you want to see if you are that number 25. If you're a fan of Matthew Tucker, well, tonight has been anything but the race for that poor guy. He needed a strong race tonight as he is part of that 5-way battle. Let's get your standings pulled up. But you see him, he's part of that 5-way battle for 13th position in the standings. So he definitely needed to try and get a good race tonight. But right now, it is not looking like it is going to come out the way that he wanted. But right now, it is looking like Robert Babcock is going to be scored your leader in that number 99 Target Toyota Tundra. He's now coming to pit road. But these guys coming around a complete lap number 77 here tonight. That's going to hand the lead back over to John Turner. You see all the guys between himself and that pace car, as those are all going to be wave around guys on old tires, but looking to try to get their lap back here. Emos, Kelsey, and Tucker all still on pit road right now. You can see Don Francisco and Babcock leaving, but right now Toby and Matt still sitting on pit road right there. The 51 and the 25, and then he got the but John Turner looking to take back off in this one. But how about the 24 truck of Trenton Branson? We talked about him earlier. He found himself in a lot of that side-by-side, bumper-to-bumper action racing here in this one. But Trenton Branson, quietly but surely, is working his way up in this one. Sitting second right now in that number 24 truck. So looking like he may have a truck that could battle for this win here. Can he become our 4th different winner of the season? As you see a bunch of these guys, everybody in front of John Turner right now, taking the wave around the pace car. That is going to line them all up behind them. Side by side now behind the pace car, coming through turns 1 and 2. Nick Trudeau, the 11, right in front of him of Jeff Taylor. Those guys all coming through 3 and 4 now, trying to catch up to the field. They're coming out of turn 2. This restart is going to be a good one. Everybody just pitted here on lap 76, so nobody's going to be on old tires except for everybody that just took the wave round. You got Zachary Brooks back there in the 22. He took the wave round last time he pitted, was on 57. Nick pitted on lap 51, and Jeff Taylor was lap 56. So these guys are going to be on older tires, but everybody out front in this one, all on fresh tires. Last pit stop was lap 76 for these guys, but that pace car is going to hook the hard left, handing control to the 29 of John Taylor. He is going to wait to the Geico restart zone. Green flag is going to be back in the air as the 24 Branson spins the tires. That is going to stack the inside line up behind him. And here comes the one big runner on the outside. That's David Chandler, bringing in Nicholas Donfrancesco with them. But back up front, it's John Turner leading the way. Peyton, he's going to work his way up to second. Here comes the 2 of Bolander. He wanted Auto Club. He's going to get a shot from the 04. Dunford, sideways off of the front bumper of the 3 of his song. He's going to keep it going straight. 3 wide through the tri-oval. These drivers are putting it all out on the line here right now. We saw it at Auto Club. These big tracks, these drivers absolutely love them. And how about Steve Bocock now, working his way up into 9th? But he has got an absolute mirrorful of everyone behind him. But John Turner looking to try to continue the lead out front, but they're going to be side by side through the tri-oval. Peyton on the outside. Andrew Bolander trying to get a big run through 1 and 2. Can he get there? Here comes Bolander and his good friend Jonathan Wright. Working together, the Chevy and the Ford on that inside line. Quite an interesting teammate pairing, but they're going to try to make that inside line work. Bolander slides up the track. Matt Tucker, where did the 25 come from? Really slow through the tri-oval. We saw him involved in that accident, but 3 wide through turns 1 and 2. Here comes Trent Branson and Dunford. The 3 barely going to be clear with the 19 with that slide job. There is action all around this track, folks. Matt Tucker now 6 laps down in this one. The 24, big slide job. Peyton not going to have any of it. He's going to drop to the inside of Trenton in that 24. Here comes that 3 truck. These drivers putting it all out on the line once again in this one, ladies and gentlemen. This is another fantastic NEXXTCAR race. Trenton Branson trying to make that high line work. The 2 friends, Jonathan Wright, Andrew Bolander running side by side. Robert Babcock finds himself in the middle of it all back here as well in the 9th position. But back up front, it is still bumper to bumper, side by side from 2nd all the way back to 9th. Look at the field behind your leader. Nowhere to go, action all over the place. Bumping, beating and banging, drafting here at Kansas through turns 1 and 2. Where do you go? These drivers are running like this is Talladega or Daytona. You got your inside line, you got your outside line, you got everybody dipping and diving all over the place. This sounds like it's a perfect time for your NEXXTCAR it up. Let's NEXXTCAR it up here at Kansas. some absolutely amazing shots here of the action here at Kansas. These guys are racing like this is the last lap here tonight, but they still got a long way to go here in this one. These action shots are absolutely amazing here, but let's get back to the action here in this one. John Turner still showing the way here, coming to complete lap number 91 here, starting lap number 92 of 120. He's going to try to continue to lead here, as you see Wright and Bolander side by side. They're going to start to get everything figured out here, but right now it is all still John Turner with Wright trying to make that high line work. But going back to those action shots that we just had during that NEXXTCAR It Up, absolutely amazing. If that don't get you guys pumping, I don't know what will, because these drivers continue to put on one heck of a show here tonight in this one. All 147 of you guys still tuned in. I appreciate you guys being here. I know the league appreciates you guys, and these drivers appreciate you. And more importantly, I appreciate you guys helping us get this league, these YouTube channel, this Twitch channel, and everything else growing. You guys are the reason that we continue to do it. If you guys weren't tuned in and these guys didn't provide the amazing racing that you are seeing right now, then there would be no need for me to sit here for 2 hours and bring you guys the booth broadcast. But these guys, week after week, continue to put it all on the line and show just how talented each and every one of these drivers are here in NEXXTCAR. You know, when we made the decision to come to iRacing from Heat, leaving the Heat franchise, the place we called our home for league racing for 7 seasons that spanned over 3 years, when Nick and I came together, we said, you know what, Heat, it's time to move on. Heat has outlived its time, and iRacing is the future. And here we are, and these drivers are showing that that was definitely the right decision we made coming to iRacing. Yeah, we may have some rough races here and there. Phoenix last week was a rough one. But it's all part of racing. You know, NASCAR, they have their great weeks. They have their rough weeks. And, you know, sim racing is no different. And these guys are showing that, hey, whether I'm a veteran of NEXXTCAR or this is my first season, I'm going to get in here, and I am definitely one of those drivers that can get it done. So these guys continue to put on a show week after week. So, like I said, if it wasn't for you guys tuning in, and if it wasn't for these guys putting on the show that they are continuing to put on here in week number 4, then there would be no reason for me to sit here and you guys to welcome us into your living rooms, wherever you're watching, on your laptops, your computers, wherever, and we truly appreciate it. But coming to complete lap number 96 here in this one, Branson really close to the wall. You saw the sparks flying in from that number 24 truck. That was extremely close to being not the way he wanted this race to go. But Trenton Branson still holding strong up there in the top 5. But now Jonathan Wright is going to make the pass for the lead. He's going to bring Bolander with him. And Turner, is going to fall back to 3rd. But lap traffic, is that going to play a factor here? Running the same line as Wright. Here comes Bolander in the 2. Where does the lap traffic go? Continues to run the same line. The 4, right up against the wall. I believe that's because of the draft of the lap traffic. I don't know. I'm sitting up here in the booth. I'm not behind the wheel of that 04 truck. But if I was a betting man, I think the dirty air from that number 5 truck played a little bit of a factor. But right back to the high line the 04 goes. The 2's going to clear him. Oh, does he? Heading down the backstretch. The 5 mixing it up with the leaders right now. The 5 of Christopher Thomas. Here he goes. He's bailing now. Letting the leaders go by. But now side by side for 2nd. Peyton on the inside. Jonathan and Robert on the outside. That outside line, though, continues to have the big momentum off of turns 2 and 4. But Peyton continuing to try to get that inside line to work to really no prevail as that outside line continues to get the big momentum run. But what a race so far for that number 17. As apparently we're going to have Robert Hassong's information up. But there we go. The 17 running that pink breast cancer awareness Chevy Silverado. You see it right there. The hashtag We Care Drive For. So, you know, absolutely amazing to see these guys out here running some very important paid schemes to these guys. It really is. And he's putting on a heck of a show right now up there in that 4th position. But right now, Andrew Bolander, he won it at Auto Club. Can he continue it here at Kansas? But if Jonathan Wright has anything to say about it, he's going to get up there, and he ain't going to make it too easy on that number 2 Chevy. Wright coming hot off that win last week at Phoenix, looking to try to go back-to-back here as Matthew Tucker in at 25 is going to go down another lap here in this one. Definitely not the race that 25 truck wanted. You can see him down there. He is going to be 14 laps down now in that number 25 truck. But kudos to him with 18 laps to go here tonight. Kudos to him. Still out there running strong. You see Toby Kelsey sitting on pit road. Big save by the 3. Coming out of turn number 2. Big save by that number 3 gear wrench Chevy Silverado. We have seen his song several times being loose. From Westland, Michigan here, coming through the Tri-Oval. 17 to go here at Kansas. But these drivers continuing to save. Cautions out! Matt Tucker brings out your 3rd caution of the night in that number 25 W Chevy Silverado. Just your 3rd caution of the night, and it is looking like that 25 truck has no power. Let's back it up and let's see what happened with that number 25. He has no power the whole way down the backstretch. I'm assuming he wrecked. No, he did not wreck. It says he crashed. But I'm not seeing anywhere where that 25 truck crashed. I don't know. It says he crashed, but I'm not seeing where he did unless he blew his engine. And that is going to bring out your 3rd caution of the day. Yep, right there it went. You heard it. He did. He blew his engine heading into turn number 1. You heard it blow. Heartbreak for that number 25. But back to the action. Still coasting it, and the truck is going to come to a stop heading into turn number 3. Heartbreak for that number 25 truck is now. He is going to get towed to pit road. So Matt just not having the race that he needed. But pit road is about to get busy. But while these guys are pitting, we're going to step away here for a quick break. We got 15 laps to go here. Probably coming back with 13, 12 to go. So these drivers are going to have their hands full here in this one. But don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen, as we are going to come back to bring you the end here from Kansas
But it's
Speedway.
not to the sound of birds. The tyranny, the violent streets, the pride of all that we're blessed with. And we can't get enough, no. Heaven if you sent us down, so we could build a playground for the sinners to play as saints. You'd be so proud of what we made. I hope you got some beds around, cause you're the only refuge now. For every mother, every child, every brother, caught in the crossfire. ain't my luck to know why he's caught in the crossfire. And I'm here waking up to the sun and the sound of birds. Society's anxiety, deprives of all that we're blessed with. We just can't get enough. No, heaven, if you sent us down so we could build a playground for the sinners who play as saints. You'd be so proud of what we made. I hope you got some beds around, 'cause you're the only refuge now for every mother, every child, every brother who's caught in the crossfire. Trust what I'm given. My faith still needs a gun. Whose ammunition justifies the wrong? And I can't see from the backseat, so I'm asking from above. Can I trust what I'm given, even when it cuts? So heaven, if you sent us down, so we can.
Alright, the lights are off on that pace car. J.D. Larson being scored your leader right now in that number 18 monster Toyota Tundra. Last time he pitted, lap 76. So, he is definitely going to have his hands full in that number 18, as everybody else just came down and got all 4 tires here. That should be their last set of the night. So whatever you got now is what you've got for these last 12 laps. We're going to agree with 12 laps here, ladies and gentlemen. Only 3 cautions here tonight. So this is huge. Wait, why do I got a feeling this is actually our 4th caution? Why do I got a feeling that's not showing the right amount of cautions? I definitely feel like we have had more than just 3 cautions. Maybe not. But it is time to put all that behind us. Pace car, hooking that hard left. J.D. Larson in control. Green flag, going to be back out in the air. He's going to stack up the inside line. He's going to spin the tires. Nobody gets going. Andrew Bolander's going to try and get the big run on that high line. That inside line all stacks up behind the 18, who is on very old tires. The last time J.D. Larson pitted was lap 76. Well, that was a long time ago. It was 3 wide. Peyton. Robert Babcock in the middle. Oh, Babcock's going to lose it. That is going to bring out your caution. Babcock up on the wall. Big caution. Robert Babcock. Steve Bocock spinning. We stay green. How is the caution not out? How is the caution not out here? Huge crash. All right, well. There it is. All right. We were about to step in and throw the caution ourselves there. I know we got a race control, but that was very delayed. 10 laps to go. I'm not even sure what happened right there. We're going to try and back this up here. We're going to try and get on with Robert Babcock. What a ride that number 99 took. For the 3rd race in a row, he found himself running good, but now carnage for that Toyota Tundra. You can see him 3 wide. There was a little bit of contact, absolutely, between himself and Peyton. You can see it right here heading into 3. Right there. But they're all good. And then that number 99, I don't know if he cut down a tire or what, but just hooked a hard right and right up the track he goes. And that was not pretty. Let's jump in that cockpit and let's see just what exactly happened there with this 99. Right there, he turns the wheel to the right. He turns the wheel to the right and then gets up on the wall, almost flipping over, and carnage in front of him. Like I said, not sure how we did not at all get a caution there, but the caution's going to finally come out here. 9 laps to go this time. You can see him coming down pit road. Jonathan Wright is going to be your leader once again. Brandon Dunford second. Andrew Bolander third. John Turner fourth. And how about 2 guys we have not talked about much tonight? Stephen Henning, and at number 64, making his Truck Series debut in that Canadian Tire Chevy Silverado. And Matthew Erickson, the owner and founder of HVAC Designs, the paint scheme creator of so many of these absolutely beautiful looking trucks that you see out here tonight, running around in the 6th position. What a race those two have put together here tonight. They have found themselves in key positions, but talk about someone else that may have just put himself in a key position. That is the number 89 of Nicholas Trudeau. Right now, I am showing that Nick Trudeau is your lucky dog candidate. If that is true, this is huge for that 89 truck. He's coming down pit road, so maybe he's not the lucky dog candidate. I'm showing he should have been, but maybe not. Steve Bocock, you saw him go sliding through the grass. He's going to try and get a decent finish here, running around in the 15th spot right now. But these guys trying to get everything figured out here. So apparently Nick Trudeau is not your lucky dog in that number 89. I thought for sure he would have been. He must have found himself with a little bit of damage from that one, because that's what iRacing does. If you get involved in that caution, it will not give you the lucky dog position. So that's what must have happened there. But we are going to have ourselves a 5-lap shootout here tonight to end it here at Kansas. We haven't checked on it lately. Let's check out your temperature. 6 mile an hour winds here tonight. Air temperature 71 degrees. That track temp has dropped significantly down to 89 degrees. We started the race out at 107 degrees. Well, it's now down to 88. You see it down there at the bottom of the graphic. 88 degrees Fahrenheit. So these drivers, that track's cooling down. They're going to have a lot more grip. But more importantly, you are going to see the lights go off on the pace car. We are going green next time for a quick 5-lap shootout here to settle it all here at Kansas. What a top 10 we have so far. Jonathan Wright, Brandon Dunford, Andrew Bolander, John Turner, Stephen Henning, Matt Erickson, Trenton Branson, Robert Hissong, J.D. Larson, and Peyton Tulik rounding out your top 10. What a race. And J.D. Larson has come down. He now has 4 fresh tires. So big strategy by that 18 truck. Is it going to pay off for him? It is going to be a great run to the finish here. 5 laps to go when these drivers take the green for the 4th caution of the night. This has been a very clean race so far. These drivers have put it all on the line. Steve Bocock, we're going to get it waved off here. The caution not going green this time. We're now going to get a 4-lap shootout to the end. Not sure what happened, but the lights are back on that Ford pace car. Let's see if they go back off this time. It looks like they are. They are. The lights are back off on the pace car. We are about to have ourselves a 4-lap shootout to the end, ladies and gentlemen. I hope these drivers have them seatbelts buckled tight because they are about to go for the most wild 4 laps they may experience this season. Brandon Dunford has found himself in a couple of times in this position and beautiful opportunity to head to victory lane. Can he close it out here in this one? Surrounded by Wright and Bolander, both winners this season. Behind him, he's got John Turner. He's just as hungry for a win as well. Behind him, Matthew Erickson in that 28. He's hungry for a win as well. But these drivers, reach up there and pull them seatbelts tight, guys, because you are about to get the most thrilling 4 laps of the season possibly here tonight at Kansas. Let's get the dashboard up for Wright. They're going to be going green this time for a 4-lap shootout dash for the finish. The pace car on pit road. Wright he's going to get the green flag. Up through the gears he goes. You see it down there in the bottom right, up to 120 mile an hour at the line. He's going to get a great jump at the start. 4 laps to go in this one. He's up to 4th gear. That's all these trucks have. The next gen cup cars have 5, but these truck series have 4. Big block by the 04. Here comes Dunford. Here comes Bolander. The 04 trying to make that Ford F-150 as wide as he can here in this one. Here comes the 29 of Turner. But here comes Dunford. Big run. Don Francisco, he's running it down on the apron. He's going to go more laps down. He's going to hold it way down out of the line. Side by side for the lead here through 1 and 2. 3 laps to go. Dunford, he's clear of the 04. He slides up. Here comes Bolander trying to get a big run. But here comes the 04. The 19 throws a huge block. Big block by Dunford. We were talking about he's hungry for a win. He has put himself in this position several races this season. Well, now he is looking to try and finish it off. He has been unable to at this point. 2 laps to go here at Kansas. The 3's going to get turned in front of Bolander. Major implications for his song. Caution flies for the 5th time tonight. That is not what Dunford wanted to see, and ladies and gentlemen, we are going green-white checkered racing here at Kansas. Let's back it up. We saw it happening right in front of us. The 3, not clear of that 2 truck, tried to pull off a slide job that he just was not clear of. You can see him getting a big run. It tries to slide job him, but just was not clear. Everybody around him, major evading actions. Great job by everybody around him, not getting involved in making that one worse. But man, Brandon Dunford just half a lap away from taking the white flag in this one. You take that white flag, the next flag ends it. Well, Brandon Dunford, you're going to have to hold on one more time, buddy, because we are going green-white checkered racing. Little bit of fake there by Peyton, but absolutely nobody fooled. Couple takers happening out back. But man, these drivers have put it all on the line. I said it, make sure your seatbelts are tight because those last 4 laps are going to be crazy. Maybe the most insane 4 laps of the season. Well, these drivers showed that I know what I'm talking about. And what else do I know about? Nicholas Trudeau getting his lap back on the lead lap. We talked to him there during the first caution after his implications coming to pit road. We told him, keep your head up. You're not out of this one yet. Well, he has kept his head up and he has done exactly what he's needed to. Back on the lead lap is at 89. While one guy did not want that caution, another guy benefits from it. The one guy who didn't, that number 19 Toyota Tundra. I feel bad for Brandon Dunford. We talked about it. Auto Club. The closing laps. leading. But Andrew Bolander with the fresher tires making the pass with under 13 laps to go in that one. Going on to win it, Brandon Dunford finished second. Well, tonight, he's going to have to try and hold off some of the best here in NEXXTCAR if he's going to head to victory lane. Jonathan Wright in that 04 looking to try to go back-to-back here in NEXXTCAR. He won last week at Phoenix. Can he try to get it done here at Kansas? Like you see, 3 laps to go is not changing. We're getting a green-white checker finish in this one. John Turner. What a race for that number 29 truck. He has had a very quiet race, and by doing so, he has put himself in a beautiful position here in this one to try to come away with possibly a top 5, if not a top 3, if he can't head to victory lane here in this one. Matthew Erickson from Oconomowoc, Wisconsin. I don't know if I pronounced that right or not, Matt. I'm sorry if I didn't. But, man, he has put on a show. Almost as good of a show as he has put on with his paint schemes. Several of these trucks tonight are painted by him. HVAC Designs. And he is putting on a show here tonight. Andrew Bolander in at number 2. He's already got a win at Auto Club, looking to try to back up another big track win here tonight at Kansas. Peyton Tulik in at 17. What a run he is having as well. He's had a pretty quiet night. He's up 13 spots up here in the 6th position, so huge night so far for that 17. But you see it up front, folks. We are side by side behind the pace car. The pace car. The lights are off. It is go time. The first green-white checker here of the truck series here on NEXXTCAR. Brandon Dunford trying to hold on. It looked like he may have been on his way to victory lane before this last and 5th caution came out. Can he hold him off one last time here? Coming down the backstretch. You have got to get your tires clean. You got to get a little bit of heat to them because you're going to need as much grip as you can, especially holding off some of the best in the business. Jonathan Wright, he's a winner. Matthew Erickson, he's a winner. Bolander, he's a winner. So 3 of your winners starting this one here in the top 5. So Brandon Dunford is going to have his hands full in this one. But right now, looking to try to get the restart of his season. The pace car, hooking that left, control of the field in Dunford's hands. Green flag's back in the air here. Green-white checker finish at Kansas. This has been an amazing finish, folks, and these guys are going to continue it all the way to the checkered flag. 222 of you guys joined in on YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. Let's bring these guys home tonight. 2 to go. Brandon Dunford has cleared the field. Half a lap away from getting the white flag. They're side by side out back. Wright and Bolander side by side. Peyton Tulik and Erickson side by side. Trenton Branson trying to get up there as well. But here comes Dunford. White flag in the air for Brandon Dunford in the number 19 Toyota Tundra. He has found himself in this position once before. Unable to get it done. Can he close it out this time? The last time was Auto Club getting past. They're 3 wide down the backstretch for the final time tonight. Robert Babcock looking to make it 4 wide. They're going to keep it going straight. But out front, it's going to be Brandon Dunford coming out of turn number 4. Brandon Dunford, they wreck coming to the start-finish line, but Brandon Dunford hangs on for the win. John Turner second, Jonathan Wright third as they wreck out back. Major caution, carnage out back. But Brandon Dunford is going to hold on for his first win of the season. And the NEXXTCAR Truck Series starts off the first 4 races of the season with 4 different winners. Jonathan Wright giving his congrats to Dunford, who worked for that one. Peyton Tulik's going to give him his bump as they're all going to go on. But man, Brandon Dunford brings home maybe the most exciting race of the season. Unbelievable. And here comes the 5 of Thomas. He's got to give him his congratulatory pass. Unbelievable race by the number 19. We're going to watch him burn it down because, buddy, you earned it, my guy. Unbelievable race. Unbelievable restart. We talked about it. These drivers were going to have their seatbelts tightened on that restart because it was about to get insane. Well, it did. 3 wide down the backstretch, but the 19 burning it down here at Kansas. 120 laps did not disappoint tonight. There are your results. Dunford, Turner, Wright, Tulik, and Branson wrapping up your top 5. Taylor, Henning, Babcock, Trudeau, Larson in 10th. Let's get everybody into the Hangout chat for your post-race interviews. Everybody that's still in here, head to Hangout for post-race interviews. Unbelievable race we just saw here tonight, folks. This is what NEXXTCAR is all about. Clean racing, fast racing, and these drivers continue to put on a show here in this one. But don't go anywhere, folks. We're going to cue the intermission screen. We're going to get you your post-race interviews here in this one. Don't go anywhere. We are going to be right back.
I swear to God, man, I'ma make it soon. Silence all the haters as they see us making moves. I do what I want, so I got nothing to prove. Staying motivated, teaching others what to do. I'm staying focused, my mind is open. They start to notice that I'm in motion. There is no potion, you're not just chosen. It takes devotion to stay composed, man. Never stop, there ain't no time to fall. Try to live, get it up, you got one life to ball. Thinking big, never small, cause you gotta want it all. When you finally get that call, you get ready, take it on. Need a handout, I already stand out. Starting to advance now, ready to expand now. You don't have a chance now, cause we're in demand now. Make it by the grand now, feeling in command now. They're looking right at me to see if I succeed, to see if I believe. They're looking up to me. They want the best of me now, best of me now, best of me now, best of me. They want the best of me now, best of me now, best of me now, best of me. They want the best of me now.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Kansas for the NEXXTCAR Truck Series post-race interviews. You know who we got to get it started off with? The guy who was finally able to bring one home, Brandon Dunford. What is going on, buddy?
What's up, man?
Oh, dude, how you doing?
I'm doing awesome now.
I hear you on that one. So close at Auto Club, but getting past for the win with 13 laps to go. Well, you showed that you're definitely a guy to reckon with here when it comes to these bigger tracks. You had to hold on after a green-white checkered here. I know that caution is not what you wanted to see, but man, what a race you guys put on tonight.
Yeah, man, absolutely. Fun all night. You know, just a bunch of talent up here. I figured I would change the strategy up instead of trying to, lead most of the race. I figured I'd just try to lead, a couple of the laps in the last one especially.
Absolutely, yeah. The first 3 races so far this season, you have led the most laps. But tonight, you said it, the last one's the most important one. 11 laps led all night, but you led that one.
Yeah, man, and I just got to say it was, awesome racing with everybody. Everybody was, at least in the front, was staying really clean. I mean, it was very competitive up there. I know I kept, kind of up and, forth and back and forth on the positioning, and I just, knew I needed to be there at the end, having to make bolder moves to try to stay there at the end, trying to run different lines to see what would work best. I knew, Wright, he was really good on that high side, and I knew he wasn't good on the high side on the short run, so I had to dance with him a little bit to get around him. I was able to make it happen. So just super stoked to get this Magellan Outdoor Toyota Tundra in victory lane.
Absolutely. What did you think when that fifth and last caution came out there, when you had a decent sized lead there that sent us into the green-white checkered?
I really didn't want to see it, but I knew I was good on the short run. I knew some of the guys that took tires too, so that kind of took away a little bit of the competition there. I get their strategy. I knew what they were doing, but I wasn't going to give up the track position. So it kind of one of those things that I didn't want to see the caution come out, but I kind of felt pretty confident on my short runs as well. I knew some of the guys that took tires too, so that
Absolutely, buddy. Well, your strategy tonight played out perfectly. Getting your first win of the season, making it now 4 races with 4 different winners. Great race tonight.
I appreciate it, man.
Yes, sir. Moving on to your second place finish, John Turner. What a pretty quiet race you had tonight. You led 29 laps, but you were definitely there at the end. What's up, buddy? You there, John? I see you're in the Discord, but you're not. I can't hear you if you're talking. All right, well, we are going to move on to your third place finisher, Jonathan Wright. Are you in here? Yes, you are.
Yes.
What's going on, man?
Not much.
All right. Once again, you found yourself possibly with the chance of getting your second win of the season. Walk us through those closing laps.
I didn't want to see that caution come out with around, was it 12 to go, 11 to go? I was setting Andrew up. I was really fast on the long run. I just didn't have short run speed to hang with those guys. But on longer the run went, I get up near the wall, and I was just rolling. So didn't want to see the caution, but that's what happens. And we had a fun race.
Oh, absolutely. That was definitely a fun race. I was enjoying myself up here in the booth, and I have no doubt you guys were enjoying yourselves down there on the track. But you led 23 laps tonight, the third most. How did your truck feel out there?
It handled good all race. I just didn't have the speed on the short run. I didn't have the lap time I couldn't run the bottom like the other guys could, but Andrew and the other guys could just eat the bottom and rip it, and I had to wait about 15, 18 laps for it to come in, start rim riding, but hopefully we put on a show.
Oh, you guys definitely put on a show. I can't wait to go back and rewatch this one. But congrats on your third place finish, because it was well earned tonight.
Yeah, and congrats to the 19. He ran a good race, and I threw a nasty block on him about 4 to go. Appreciate him racing me clean. He could have just dumped me, but he ran me clean, so good job to him.
Yes, sir. Moving on to your fourth place finisher, the guy with the fastest lap of the race, Peyton Tullock. What's up, buddy?
How's it going, Ronnie?
Did I get the last name right?
Yeah, close enough. We'll take it.
All right, we're getting there. Progress. But man, what a race you had tonight. Pretty up and down race so far here, and coming away with that fourth place finish.
Yeah, I'd say it was a wild one for this 17 Chevy. Started at the back after hitting the wall in qualifying, and just kind of slowly worked our way through the field. And at the end there, I just like Jonathan, I did not want to see a yellow. We were checking out from the field, about to have a heck of a battle, and I knew he was better on the long run, and I think I was just about to get him when that caution came out. And my truck, I think it was arguably probably the best short run truck. Like 10 laps, if I really wanted to go take the lead, I could take it and run. So that last caution sucked, and I didn't want to start on the outside. I did not have an outside truck tonight, so I pitted and overshot the box and had all kinds of mistakes on pit road. So yeah, that put me behind at that point, and at least we came back and got top 5. I'll take that.
Absolutely. You mentioned it, pit road. That was definitely the arch enemy of a lot of guys tonight. Nick, he led the first, I don't know how many laps, I guess 39, because that's as many laps as he led, but he led that many laps, and then on that first round of green flag pit stops, had that major implication, and then he got held for 40 seconds in his pit stall. So, yeah, pit road was definitely the make or break, it seemed like, tonight.
For sure. Like, especially with green flag pit stops. That was hard. I have not really practiced that much, so no surprise the pit road was challenging. But congrats, Brandon, on finally getting that win. Much deserved, man.
Yes, sir. Congrats, Peyton, on that 4th place finish. Moving on to 5th, Trenton Branson. What a very quiet race you had tonight, buddy, but you were there at the end when it mattered the most. Walk us through all that side-by-side 3-wide, almost 4-wide there coming to the white flag.
Yeah, it wasn't quiet from behind the wheel. But but no, the truck was good. We put ourselves behind the 8 ball similar to Peyton, did the same exact thing, hit the fence. So we were playing catch up for the first half of the race, but we had very solid, we had good speed of the truck. I don't know if it wasn't good enough to win, but we had very good top 5 truck. I feel like we finished about where we should have at the end.
Absolutely, yeah. You were up there in the top 5, top 6 most of that night. Walk us through. You started 20th. How was your travel all the way up to 5th?
It wasn't bad. I mean, it was kind of nice tonight. You know, the field got spread out where we were able to race. Kansas being pretty wide helped that you could actually get out raced. Didn't have to race so tight like Phoenix, you know, and have to play dodge the bullets all night long. So that made it a little bit better. But overall, yeah, it was a good race. Everybody kept it clean for the most part, at least the guys that I was racing with all night. So that made it a lot more entertaining for me, at least.
Absolutely, yeah. You guys definitely ran a clean race tonight. I think the first caution came out literally at the halfway point of the race, so that helped split the race up in 2 parts.
Yeah, for sure. I was impressed. I thought we might get some green flag rounds, but just because of how wide Kansas is, with plenty of room to go and try to make a pass at. But I didn't expect to go that long.
Yes, sir. But congrats on that top 5.
Thank you. Congrats to the 19 on the win as well.
Absolutely. Your 6th place finisher, Jeff Taylor, not here. Moving on to 7th, Steve Henning, your biggest mover of the race. Started 24th. Well, you're going to bring that truck home in 7th. What's up, buddy?
Nothing much, man. It was a blast all night there.
Absolutely. It was nice to see after the atrocious race that we kind of had at Phoenix. You know, it was a very beating and banging race, but you guys really showed up tonight, and you guys proved that NEXXTCAR has some of the best talent out here on iRacing.
Yes, sir. Yeah, last week there, that was a rough one, but this week here, it seemed like the ones that ran the bottom kind of came in later on in the run.
Absolutely, which is kind of backwards from what I thought. You know, being up here in the booth, I'd have thought maybe the high line was the better way to go, but guys were making that bottom line work.
Yeah, for sure. I didn't think I was going to get the bottom line to work there a couple nights back there, but last night did a lot of testing and found that it was the fast way around, so that's the way I chose.
Absolutely, but congrats on that 7th place finish, buddy.
Thank you. Congrats to the winner, too, by the way.
Yes, sir. Moving on to your 8th place finisher, Robert Babcock. What's going on, man?
Not so much.
All right, I got to ask you, what happened in turns 3 and 4 there where you went up onto the wall and you rode on the driver's side window for quite a while? What happened there in that caution?
Truck got loose, and everyone was just tight packing, and I think the 17 was underneath me, and I think whoever is on top. But the 18, I want to say the 18 kind of messed up the whole front of the field by staying out, but there's nothing you could do about it. So you just move on to the next thing.
Absolutely. That's something as another driver you got to deal with, because everybody has their different strategies, and you know, it kind of worked out for him, because then after 2 more cautions, he had the freshest tires on the track. So it's just all about strategy, and everybody's got to work their way around everybody. But congrats on that 8th place finish.
Thank you.
And Nick is not here, I don't believe. Nope. So moving on to JD Larson, running out your top 5. What's going on, man? Or top 10, rather.
Hey, how we doing, Ronnie?
Pretty good. Coming home in 10th. That was a pretty up and down race for you tonight.
It was pretty consistent overall, I'd say. The number 18 DSR Sick Racing, Monster Energy Toyota. We pull off a top 10. I think we started P14, so we'll take it. Overall, we were consistent. We had decent pit strategy all night. So just going back to not taking the pit there under caution and staying out. What it was is that on the restart, I had to stay with the pace speed. I didn't want to go over to get a black flag, so that's why I ended up everybody having to check up. Is what he was saying. I was still good on my tires. I was still holding at about 80-90%. So there was no reason for me to take the pit there. I wanted to stay out. We were coming down to the end of the race, so I figured, hey, I'd stay out and see what happens.
Absolutely. Well, top 10 is what happened. So congrats on that, buddy. Good race tonight.
Yes. Thank you. We're gonna load up the hauler and we'll get ready for next week at Bristol.
Absolutely. Two more people I want to talk to tonight. First one, Matt Tucker. You there, buddy? Matt, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. Well, that definitely was not the race that you were hoping for tonight. You came into this race in a 5-way battle for 13th, all tied at 56 points. Well, tonight did not help your case at all in the standings.
Nope, it didn't. But you know what? There's always tomorrow. I'm just eating my popcorn, just listening to all.
Good. All right. Walk us through your race, though. I mean, you got damaged there pretty early. It looked like you were doing good, and then it's like you just hit a wall, and that truck just stopped.
Yeah, you're not kidding. I did hit a wall. The 20 or was the 12 truck this week.
All right. Well.
Yeah. All right. Yep. There you go.
Yep. Go back to eating your popcorn. And Toby Kelsey.
Will do. Congrats on the 19.
Toby, you there, buddy?
Yep, I'm here.
All right, man. Well, same with Matt. You started on the pole, not getting the finish you wanted.
Yep, used up on lap 3. David Chandler dumped Tuck in front of me, knew where to go. And 12 car just got loose, went to the apron, came back on track, happened next, had nowhere to go.
Absolutely, yeah. It was a rough race for everybody tonight. There is no doubt about it. But let's check out your standings here. John Turner is going to take over the lead at 125 points. Matthew Erickson at 121 falls back to second. Then Brandon Dunford, with his win tonight, moves up to third. J.D. Larson fourth, and Nicholas Don Francisco fifth. But right now, John Turner still holding strong without that win this season. But I think it's going to be, he's going to need to get one here pretty soon if he hopes to hang on. Because right now, we're sitting at 4 different winners to start off the season. But ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it here for this one at Kansas Speedway. The Truck Series put on one heck of a show here tonight. Hoping the Next Gen Cup cars can do the same tomorrow night. But thanks everybody for tuning in. We will catch you tomorrow night for the next